So the market correction is still ongoing. We still have a lot of dips in many of the altcoins, and including Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. Many tokens are still going down, and this is a very good time to accumulate. So what tokens am I currently accumulating, or at least looking to accumulate during this market correction? This is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Let's get started. Welcome everyone to another episode of Crypto Corner, your go-to place for all things crypto. My name is OJ, crypto analyst and investor since 2016. To date, I've invested in hundreds of pre-sales, ICOs, and many great projects that were in pre-launch especially. Pre-launches are something that I really like because this is when I usually get the best prices. But of course, as I'm trading, I'm sharing with you all of the tokens that I'm trading as well. And right now we have a very good opportunity on the market for trading because we are now seeing a lot of volatility again. There was a time where we did have a stagnation in the market, and lately things have been going crazy with altcoins really outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. Even though in the last month we can see Bitcoin is up 30%, Ethereum almost 30% as well. We see altcoins, especially things like Solana, layer ones, and Avalanche, and even BNB. Layer ones are actually taking center stage again, and they're outperforming Bitcoin big time. But what are the tokens that I'm currently looking to accumulate is really the question here. I mean, over the last few weeks, I've been selling some of the tokens. I've been locking some profits, and I shared this with you in videos and on my Twitter as well. By the way, if you're not following me on X, formerly known as Twitter, Busy Georgie. Up there you can see my handle, so make sure you find me on Twitter because I am actually sharing more up-to-date updates on my trading activity. So this is a very good way to keep track of what I'm doing if you are interested in that. But hopefully if you're watching this video, that means you are interested. So Avalanche is one of the tokens that I was accumulating recently. Solana I was accumulating a long time ago, so I'm not really going to be talking about these tokens. I will be talking about some meme coins, which is really what I'm currently looking right now, because we did have quite a spike in meme coins over the last couple of weeks. And I was selling, I was locking profits. So now I'm looking to reaccumulate some of these because they're making crazy pumps. And I was also selling some of the AI tokens of my portfolio. So I will be reaccumulating this. But before that, a brand new pre-sale that I just jumped in. It's the token of a new DEX. And this one just piqued my interest. So I'm sharing this with you right away. And then I will talk about the other tokens that I'm looking to buy or already accumulating during this market pullback. So the DEX is Satoshi DEX. And why am I buying their token right now? Well, first of all, Satoshi DEX is a decentralized exchange built on the Stacks blockchain. Stacks is a Bitcoin layer for smart contracts. It's basically enabling smart contracts and decentralized applications to trustlessly use Bitcoin as an asset and settle transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain. This actually caught my attention first because I have not seen a Bitcoin DEX so far. Much like Uniswap, Satoshi DEX is a direct peer-to-peer platform for trading digital assets, and it offers several unique advantages due to its integration with Stacks. For instance, Satoshi DEX pioneers Bitcoin yield farming, allowing users to earn yield on their Bitcoin in a decentralized manner. This means that you can stake your Bitcoin directly or through Stacks-based synthetic assets, participating in liquidity provision staking, and also other yield generating activities. This feature presents new avenues for passive income, which I really like. Also, cross-chain swaps between Bitcoin and other assets without relying on centralized bridges or custodians. This is achieved through the integration with Stacks again, and it provides a trustless link to Bitcoin, eliminating the need for wrapped assets or the high Ethereum fees. Up until now, Bitcoin was largely excluded from DeFi simply because the other DEXs are built either on Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, and other blockchains. We didn't really have a Bitcoin-centric DEX. The integration of Satoshi DEX with Stacks means that it benefits from the underlying security of the Bitcoin blockchain. leveraging its hash power and consensus mechanism to secure transactions and smart contracts. And Bitcoin is the most secure blockchain of them all, so it's a positive factor, definitely. On top of this, Satoshi DEX employs a decentralized governance model, allowing token holders to propose, vote, and also implement changes to the protocol. So they use a DAO model. This ensures that Satoshi DEX remains aligned with its users' interest and can evolve in response to community feedback. And the governance process is designed to be transparent and accessible, encouraging wide participation from the community, which is great. But isn't Bitcoin too slow, you might be asking? Well, yes, but by leveraging the Stacks microblocks feature, Satoshi DEX is able to provide faster transaction confirmations compared to traditional block confirmations, which are every 10 minutes. This enhances the user experience by speeding up the trades and interactions with the platform. And the architecture is designed to scale with demand, supporting high volumes of transactions and interactions without compromising on speed or security. This scalability is crucial for accommodating growth and ensuring the platform remains competitive. And they have a multi-chain approach that will enhance security and the user choice as well, and the platform resilience. Also, staking rewards. They're a very appealing way for earning passively, so by staking you can increase your profit over time. Now, why am I buying the SATX token? Well, it's in pre-sale, so I'm getting it at a very appealing low price. This is now the 5th pre-sale that I'm jumping in this year. You know, I like to get pre-launch prices. They're usually the best deals that you can get for maximum profit later down the line. Decentralized exchanges usually see a lot of growth in their early days, which is why their tokens are hot property in those early stages. As they gain traction and they increase their user base, the token sees price appreciation. This is what happened with literally every DEX so far, so it's a no-brainer. Will I be holding these tokens forever? No, I will start trading them later on, and I will probably hold on to them for a little bit, maybe longer, I will see. This will depend on the performance and the price action once the token is launched and it starts being used. And talking about utility. What is the utility of this token? Well, first, you get fee advantages. Holding the token will entitle users to discounts on swap fees. It's used for governance as well. You participate in the decision-making process and you get voting rights, like with any DAO. Also, there is liquidity incentives. You can provide liquidity to the platform's pools and get rewarded with the SATX token. Staking rewards too, I mentioned. If I'm holding the token for some time, I will stake it for extra profit. And lastly, the token could grant early access to some new features or pools, offering us a first mover advantage in yield farming or trading opportunities. So this is another way to maximize profit. The tokenomics are looking very good. The total supply is 10 billion tokens. The pre-sale is 30%, so that's 3 billion SATX tokens. There is a 35% that is distributed at the time of launch, with the remaining 65% being vested over 3 months with daily linear releases. This is a very short period, meaning that you get the tokens fairly quickly. A lot of the other pre-sales that I take part in have a year or more of vesting, so here I don't have to wait for too long to get my tokens. The team and advisors get 15% of the supply, which is very reasonable. Many other projects reward the teams with 30%, sometimes even more. So this here is a very decent percentage. The ecosystem fund is 15%, and the staking is allocated 15%, so that's 1.5 billion SATX tokens. All in all, very decent looking tokenomics, so I'm happy with that. Now, let me show you how to get some of these tokens. Okay, so very quickly, let me just show you here what you need to do. First, of course, you need to connect your wallet, and I'm going to be using MetaMask. And I want to connect with Binance Smart Chain because this way I'm going to avoid high fees. And I have some money in my Binance wallet. So I will be using BNB because this is where I have the most money. But, you can use USD Tether, USDC, whatever you like. And let's just start with a small amount. I usually do that. First, I test things with smaller amount. If I'm happy with the transaction and everything goes well, then I'm doing another one with a slightly bigger amount. Now, Right now, I'm getting it at this price here, which is 0.00646. In 5 days time, the price is going up and the next price is going to be 0.0097. So just so you know, depending on when you're watching this video, you might be getting the slightly higher price, but it's still a very low price anyway. So for this 0.02 BNB, I'll be getting 17,045 tokens. Let's go to buy now. And now I need to confirm it on my MetaMask. And as you see, it's only 60 cents fee. If I'm using any of the other chains, I mean with Matic, I would probably have a lower fee as well, but I don't really have much Matic in my wallet. So therefore, I will just use BNB for this. And the transaction is initiated. And well, it was very quick, as you can see. Also, I'm given here a referral link, which I will drop in the comments below in the description as well. So if you want to support my channel, if you like my content, and if you are following me and you're getting value from my videos, support by using my link. This is the referral link that I will drop in the comments below. And you will be getting a referral link as well. So if you share this with your friends or followers, which is also a very decent referral program. Most of these exchanges, when they are launching, they're having this kind of referral programs, so it's just something to explore. Now, as I go here in my MetaMask wallet activity, I can see the transaction here. If I click, I will see more details, and I can see that I transacted 0.02 BNB. This is currently 110 USD worth of tokens. Now, you don't have to use Binance Smart Chain. You can actually use any of the other chains here that you see. Ethereum, if you want to be paying high fees. I doubt this is the case. Polygon, as I said, could actually have even smaller fee than what I paid. I paid 60 cents. But I don't really have that much Polygon in my wallet. Let me just check. I have a feeling that let's switch the network. It does it automatically for me as I select the chain from here. So you don't have to pre-select the chain in your MetaMask. But still, I do have more money in my Binance Smart Chain account, so that's why I was using Binance Smart Chain. You can also use Arbitrum, Base, Avalanche, Optimism. So if you have more money in any of these and you want to be using this, you will be paying probably lower fees. So this is entirely up to you. And also the minimum purchase here is $85. It's actually under $100, the minimum purchase. A lot of the times with pre-sales, $100 is the minimum. Here it's 85, which makes it easier for people. And you have to be at least 18 years or older in order to participate. This is important. So this is it. It's all very simple and straightforward. I will get some more tokens actually. I don't invest just the minimum, but I will do this off camera to maintain some privacy, of course. Now, let's move on to some of the other tokens that I'm currently buying in this market because, as I said, I've already locked in some profits over the last couple of weeks as we were pumping. A lot of the AA tokens were pumping. Then we saw a lot of the meme coins pumping, and I was selling Render, I was selling Fetch, I was selling Bonk, I was selling Flocky as well, and now I'm looking to reaccumulate. This is the chart of Fetch, and Fetch is a token that I'm looking to reaccumulate, but I haven't started yet. I'm waiting because I'm hoping to see a further pullback. This is quite a minor pullback compared to this monster rally that we saw in Fetch. I locked in some profits, but I didn't exit all of my positions because I do have a stash that I'm keeping longer term until the market actually tops, and then I will be exiting. I will be exiting all of my altcoins when we see a market top, a overall market top. However, right now on Fetch we have a local top, so I did lock in some profits and I'm looking to reaccumulate. If we go down to that 0.382 Fibonacci level, this will be ideal, or even better if we actually drop to the 0.50, which is something that we do very often. During these kind of bull rallies, we do stray quite far away from the 50th moving average, the orange line here, and then sooner or later we actually come down to retest and to find support at this moving average. So, and we also have the 89th moving average. This is another Fibonacci level priced moving average. And these are the two moving averages that I'm watching closely, especially when I'm looking for re-entries, right? So as you can see, we did have the rally here. We went far apart from the moving average and then we got close to it, after which we have this rally now. We went far apart from this moving average and we are going to get close to it. Now the moving average is moving up and we should be moving down at some point. This is how we actually come to cross and meet that moving average. So I'm not expecting that we are going to come all the way to the 1.63, which currently is that where that moving average is sitting, but we are going to move, the moving average is going to move upwards, and I'm expecting that it will come closer to that 0.51 Fibonacci level. That will be ideal buy zone if we come down to this. It's around 180 currently, but we might not really get there. We could actually just come to the 0.382 and just bounce from here. So if I see us entering this Fibonacci level here, this could be a very decent price level for reaccumulation. So this is what I'm waiting with Fetch AI. Render is another token that I was selling, but I just locked in some profits there. I'm not really looking to reaccumulate. I've already done that. Pepe, I mentioned, meme coins had a really strong week last week. Now they are going through a correction. So this is now presenting good buy opportunities. I'm not sure whether it's time for starting to reaccumulate yet. I'm doing it with very small amounts at this point because I'm expecting further pullbacks. But we touched the 0.382 Fibonacci level here. If we bounce up from here, it will show strength. It will show that this was the bounce, this was the drop, and from here on we can expect further rallies on the upside. However, I still feel that we need to come lower. The 50th moving average is sitting at the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is the golden ratio. Now, this is also a possibility, even though in strong bull markets, we don't often come to the 0.618. Most of the time, we get stopped at the 0.50 Fibonacci. So these are the two levels that I'm currently watching here for Pepe. I want us to come at least to the 0.50 so that I can start reaccumulating more aggressively. And if we drop below the 0.50 and come to the 0.618, it will be even better. But right now, I'm not really sure whether we will be coming all the way down here. However, the 50th moving average, that's the EMA, by the way, exponential moving average, it is currently sitting below that 0.618 level. So it's possible that we come at least close to it, as we are trying to pull to that moving average, which is acting as a magnet. We have diverted quite far away from it, so now it is pulling us, and as you can see, we already started this drop. We will drop even further, so I'm expecting 0.50 at least here, this Fibonacci level, to be a decent buy zone. And maybe if we break even lower, I will get a little more aggressive with my reaccumulation. However, we can see that the stochastic RSI is already in the oversold region. So, and it's starting to make what looks like a cross here. So it's possible that we just continue going upwards. Another meme coins that I was selling and that I'm looking to reaccumulate is Floki, and it's doing exactly the same thing. As you can see, it went far away from the 50th moving average. It's now pulling it downwards and it's coming towards that 0.50 Fibonacci level. And if we stop here and we bounce from here, that will be my signal to reaccumulate. Right now, I'm just watching this and I'm waiting to see whether we are actually going to get stopped at this Fibonacci level, or are we going to break it and come even closer to the 50th moving average, which is going towards the 0.618, the golden Fibonacci ratio. I feel that with Floki, it's very likely that we will get it to enter that 0.618 Fibonacci ratio, and this is really what I'm waiting for. Again, we see oversold stochastic RSI. A simple RSI, it's just going down, but it's just coming out of the overbought region, so it still has more room. And the MACDs are making this bearish cross. So I'm expecting further downwards price action, therefore I'm not rushing into reaccumulating just yet. I'm waiting here, but I'm watching it closely. Okay, another token that I'm waiting to reaccumulate, I already started, but with very small amounts, GHX. This is another AI token. It is an extremely strong performer. I mean, we had a monster rally here as well, and it's currently doing a very small correction. I'm expecting to see a bigger correction. This is the daily chart, stochastic RSI and simple RSI. Both of them are still in the overbought region, coming downwards. The MACDs have not yet made the bearish cross, but they are about to do that. We see that the blue one is curving, and it's starting now to go downwards, so at some point it will actually cross with the red line. So I'm expecting further downwards price action. We have these three levels here that are acting as support. The 0.382 Fibonacci level is the first one. I feel that we are probably going to break this, and we are going to continue going downwards towards the 0.50 Fibonacci level, sitting at 17 cents. We are currently at 26 cents. So I'm expecting like a good 30-40% drop from here, at least, if not even more. So we'll see how this will react once we get into this zone, but you can see the 50th moving average being quite far from it, and it's even far from the 0.618, the golden Fibonacci ratio. So it is very likely that as it goes up, it will enter this Fibonacci ratio, and at the same time, it's very likely that we will see a deeper pullback that will take us closer to that 50th moving average. Even if we don't touch it, I want us to get at least as close as we were here and here. When we get that close to that 50th moving average, this is when we actually are ready to take off. And sometimes we even touch the moving average, as we did here, and then we take off. So this is what I'm expecting now. For some time, we're going to be slowly perhaps going downwards, and the moving average will be going upwards at the same time, and we are going to meet. We will see at least a quick touching of the moving average as a support, or at least getting very, very close to it, and then we will be ready for another rally on the upside. So I'm looking to reaccumulate GHX. I was selling heavily during this pump because it pumped 10x from my entry point. My entry point was down here, 0.04 and 0.05 was when I was buying. And then we went to 26 cents. So really, really strong performance. And of course, I locked in a lot of profits. So now I'm looking to reaccumulate. Okay, the next one that I was selling and that I'm looking to reaccumulate is Bonk. Bonk is forming this wedge pattern, so it's possible that very soon we break on the upside from this, or as we are now retesting the support of this, we could also break on the downside, in which case we will be getting very close. We'll probably be touching this 50th moving average, and that will present very good buy opportunities. We are already in the oversold region in the stochastic RSI. Simple RSI is now in the mid-range. So, and we have printed that bearish cross in the markets, but that was some time ago. So they're still going downwards. We still have more room for them to go downwards, but I expect them to start curving soon and perhaps start going on the upside, indicating that we are ready for the next upside momentum. So I'm not really certain whether we have exhausted this drop. We still have some more downwards potential here, perhaps just touching this 50th moving average. We could even break it. For a few days, we can actually drop below this 50th moving average and head over to the 89th to look for support there. We did that here. We broke the 50th moving average, and we did it a few times actually. We did it here as well. We broke the 50th moving average. We went for support to the 89th. Perfect support here. We came up to the 50th. We weren't able to break it, so we dropped again. Again, we found the support at the 89th. This time we managed to break above the 50th. We dropped again. We stopped at the 89th. You see now why I'm actually looking at the 89th and the 50th moving average. These two are very good at showing you where the support zones are. So I'm expecting that we will come to retest, touch the 50th moving average, and if we break it, we are definitely finding the support at the 89th. Now, turning my attention to what used to be the underdog of these meme coins, this is a Solana meme coin. It's been leading the current bull run, taking over from Shiba Inu, which led the previous rally in 2020. But WIF has been on a tear, surging more than 30% in the last week. In fact, it went up to 50% last week and then had a minor pullback, almost 700% over the last month. in fiat value, and 470% up against Bitcoin. So it's outperforming Bitcoin. And earlier, just yesterday, this was more than 500%. Now it's doing a pullback, which is great. In the last hour alone is 7% down, 9% in fiat value. Even though on the daily it's 2% up, but it is still going through its correction, which is great. I mean, in the last 3 months, guys, 1,370% in fiat value and 834% price appreciation against Bitcoin. Definitely outperforming Bitcoin. It's outperforming Dogecoin, which was the biggest meme coin of all of them. And over the Dogecoin had some very good rallies over the last cycle, and even the previous cycle in 2017 Dogecoin was really strong. And last bull cycle 2020 and 2021, Elon Musk decided to pick it up and then started tweeting about it, and everyone was rushing to buy it with that. But I don't really see Elon tweeting much about Dogecoin, and even when he is tweeting, I don't really see these kind of big price moves. So in terms of meme coins, I have exited most of my positions on Dogecoin. I have a very small position in Dogecoin right now, and I've allocated the funds into newer meme coins like Floki and Pepe, and now WIF as well. I managed to catch it just before this pump, but I managed to catch it just before the last leg of the pump. So I'm not really overexposed, and I'm waiting to actually get more bigger allocation. I need to reaccumulate as it goes down, because quite frankly right now we are still really high. I mean, we need a much bigger correction. So I'm expecting that we already came to the 0.50 Fibonacci, no, we came to the 0.382 Fibonacci level, and then we bounced up from there, which is usually a very strong indicator, of the bullish sentiment and everything. But we are making a lower high. And with that lower high, I'm expecting that we are going to continue here this correction. Therefore, we are opening the door to dropping to the 0.50, which is going to be great. And even better, the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is where I will get aggressive if we manage to get there. The 350 price level proves to be quite a strong resistance, so I'm expecting that we are not going to be breaking above this anytime soon. We should see a decent consolidation period here, and even deeper correction. So dropping towards the $2 level and even below it, if we get lucky to see it drop to the 0.618, which will be 160, 150 even, that will be ideal price level for this token. It's already listed on quite a few exchanges, especially big exchanges like Binance and KuCoin, Gate.io, Kraken even. That's why we are seeing this kind of crazy price moves. I think it's also on MEXC and some other exchanges, but I mean, it is on some of these really big exchanges already. So it's definitely got more potential. I don't think that we have exhausted here the bullish momentum. I feel that once we break the 350 level, we are easily going to jump to $5, maybe even $6. So this is what I'm looking for. So this is it. These are the tokens that I'm currently looking to reaccumulate during this market correction. There are a few other tokens that are on my list. I will cover this in the next video, because I don't really want to make this video any longer than that. But definitely check out the links in the description below, where you'll find links to all of the services that I'm using, links to the pre-sale that I just mentioned at the beginning of this video. This pre-sale is currently ongoing, guys, and it's not going to last for too long. Also, with every next week, in 5 days from this video, the price is going up. So you don't really want to be sleeping on this. Get these tokens in pre-sales, because this is really the best prices. Then we can ride, the waves as the market continues to boom. The market will continue going upwards for the rest of this year and throughout 2025. I'm expecting that at least Q1 and Q2 of 2025 are going to be really strong, and then most likely we're going to be seeing a blow off top. I will be talking about this. So in terms of exiting, when is the right time to sell, I will be covering this, of course. Make sure to follow, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm posting a new video. I'm not posting every day anymore, because I don't really need to be spamming you with content. I'm posting 2 or 3 times a week, which is pretty much enough to cover all of the major market moves and all of the major updates and things that are happening with the market. So this is it from me. Thanks for staying until the end of the video, and I'm going to see you in the next one.